Paul. Paul was a man I worked with for 30 years. He was a loner who kept to himself, spoke little, but observed quietly. He came down with lung cancer, and without my knowledge, his case was given to me. I started going in for 3 or 4 hours a day, talking generally, and not being serious at all. One day as I was leaving, he stopped me and said, "Tell me why I have never heard you curse or talk like everybody else does." I was surprised that he had noticed that, but told him the truth. I never found that I needed to, nor would I use it in mixed company. So why use that language at all? Paul also said, "I know you go to church regularly, but you never preach to any of us." "Paul," I said, "I want my life to show it and never preach." Paul then said, "Okay, Bernie, let's talk about this tomorrow." I only had a couple more day visits as he was failing seriously. He started as soon as I came in, asking me, "Why do you go to church?" I found it best always to turn the talk back to the patient. I then countered by asking, "Why don't you go to church?" He pointed out, "Look at all these guys we worked with who go to church, and listen to their language." We spent 3 nights talking about this by his choice before he said, "I've watched you for years, and you are consistent. I think you are for real, Bernie. Tell me why you sit with people like me. I know what is happening to me. So what do you get out of this?" I said, "I hope to bring comfort and companionship to people at this lonely but so important time. I have no agenda, just listening and talking to people who mostly are alone." We talked about faith for hours as he found it harder to breathe. After sleeping for a couple hours, he awoke in deep distress. He gasped out, "Don't leave me, Bernie. I need your strength now," as he took my hand. I said, "Paul, I am here for you as long as you want." He whispered, "Thank you, Bernie," several times, then said, "My friend, my friend." I brushed his forehead with a damp face cloth for a while before I noticed Paul was gone. I spent 2 hours down at the river trying to find a way to handle my grief. I cannot admit my tears, but I do fear for my own emotional security.